Today's devotion comes from Joshua chapter 1 and selected verses, and this is how they read. Every place that the sole of your foot will tread upon I have given to you, just as I promised to Moses. Just as I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will not leave you or forsake you. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. If you were Joshua, you'd be very glad to hear these words from God, I would expect. After 40 years, think about that, 40 years of following Moses wherever God led him, and 40 years of having Moses be the go-between for you and the thousands of Israelites with you, Moses was the guy. And now you are God's guy. You're the very definition of the new guy. You've always followed Moses, but no more. God has told you plainly that Moses is dead. And so now you're the one God will use to lead these same thousands in their moving forward into a new reality in the promised land. And again, God has said that too. It's the land God swore on oath would be their inheritance, and it's up to you to lead them where God has promised to take them. And in the doing of that, you can rely on these promises from God. These promises God makes to you just like God promised Moses. The promise that just as God was with Moses, so he will be with you. The promise that God will never leave you or forsake you. Again, it's repeated. The Lord your God is with you. With you wherever you go, and as you go into this new thing, God is with you. We, like Joshua, are glad to hear these promises, and we too depend on them. We follow this man's namesake, and in so doing, we have a share in these promises. Joshua is the Hebrew name for Jesus. And in Jesus, we possess God's promise of being with us wherever we go. Now, in these particular days of so many things being uncertain and so unsure around us, it's good to have the sure promise of God. He will never leave us or forsake us, we his people. We hear God's word to not be frightened or dismayed because God, the God who led the people of promise through his word to Moses, God has given us his word through the living word, Jesus Christ, that he is with us now and always. So today, take comfort and cheer from these same words that comforted Joshua as he too moved forward into a new reality. Goodbye.